Book of Heaven, Volume 12, January 29th, 1919. God will accomplish the third renewal of humanity by manifesting what His divinity did within His humanity. I was doing the adoration to the wounds of blessed Jesus, and at the end I recited the creed, intending to enter into the immensity of the divine will, in which are all the acts of creatures, past, present, and future, and even those acts which the creature should do, and because of negligence and wickedness, she has not done. And I was saying, my Jesus, my love, I enter into your volition, and with this creed I intend to redo, to repair, all the acts of faith which creatures have not done, all the disbeliefs, and the adoration which is due to God as Creator. While I was saying these and other things, I felt my intelligence being dissolved in the divine will, and a light investing my intellect, inside of which I could see my sweet Jesus. And this light spoke and spoke, but who can say everything? I will say it confusedly, and besides, I feel such repugnance that if obedience were not so strict, but more indulgent, it would not force me into such sacrifices. But you, my life, give me strength, and do not leave the poor little ignorant one on her own. Now it seemed that he was saying to me,
My beloved daughter, I want to make known to you the order of my providence. Every course of 2,000 years I have renewed the world. In the first 2,000 years I renewed it with the flood. In the second 2,000 I renewed it with my coming upon earth, in which I manifested my humanity, from which, as though from many fissures, my divinity shone forth. And the good and the very saints of the following 2,000 years have lived of the fruits of my humanity, and, in drops, they have enjoyed my divinity. Now we are at the turn of the third 2,000 years, and there will be a third renewal. This is the reason for the general confusion. It is nothing other than the preparation for the third renewal. And if in the second renewal I manifested what my humanity did and suffered, and very little of what the divinity was operating, now, in this third renewal, after the earth has been purged and the current generation destroyed for the most part, I will be even more generous with creatures, and I will accomplish the renewal by manifesting what my divinity did within my humanity, how my divine will acted with my human will, how everything remained linked within me, how I did and redid everything, and even one thought of each creature was redone by me and sealed with my divine volition. My love wants its outpouring, and wants to make known the excesses which my divinity operated in my humanity for the good of creatures, which surpass by far the excesses that my humanity operated externally. This is also why I often speak to you about the living in my will, which I have not manifested to anyone until now. At the most, they have known the shadow of my will, the grace, the sweetness that doing it contains. But to penetrate inside of it, to embrace immensity, to multiply oneself with me, and penetrate everywhere, even while being on earth, both into heaven and into the hearts, to lay down the human ways and act with the divine ways, this is not yet known, so much so that not to a few will it appear strange, and those who do not keep their minds open to the light of truth will not understand a thing. But I, little by little, will make my way, manifesting now one truth, now another, of this living in my will, so that they will end up comprehending it. Now, the first link which connected the true living in my will was my humanity. My humanity, identified with my divinity, swam in the eternal volition, and kept tracing all the acts of creatures in order to make them its own, and give to the Father a divine glory on the part of creatures, and bring to all the acts of creatures the value, the love, the kiss of the eternal volition. In this sphere of the eternal volition, I could see all the acts of creatures that could possibly be done and were not done, and the very good acts done badly, and I did those which were not done, and redid those done badly. Now, these acts, not done, and done only by me, are all suspended in my will, and I await the creatures to come to live in my volition, and repeat in my will that which I did. This is why I chose you as the second link of connection with my humanity, forming one single link with mine, living in my volition, repeating my very acts. Otherwise, on this side, my love would remain without outpouring, without glory on the part of creatures for what my divinity operated in my humanity, and without the perfect purpose of creation, which must be enclosed and perfected in my will. It would be as if I had shed all my blood, suffered so much, and no one had known it. Who would have loved me? Which heart would be shaken? No one. And therefore in no one would I have had my fruits, the glory of redemption.
And I, interrupting the speaking of Jesus, said, "My love, if there is so much good about this living in the divine will, why have you not manifested it before?" And he,
My daughter, first I had to make known what my humanity did and suffered on the outside, to be able to dispose souls to knowing what my divinity did on the inside. The creature is incapable of comprehending my work altogether. Therefore I keep manifesting myself little by little. Then, from your link of connection with me, the other links of creatures will be connected, and I will have crowds of souls who, living in my volition, will redo all the acts of creatures. And I will have the glory of many suspended acts done only by me, also from creatures, and these from all classes, virgins, priests, lay people, according to their office. They will no longer operate humanly, but penetrating into my will, their acts will multiply for all in a way fully divine, and I will have on the part of creatures the divine glory of many sacraments received and administered in a human way, others profaned, others sullied with interest, and of many good works in which I remain more dishonored than honored. I so much long for this time, and you pray and long for it together with me, and do not move your link of connection with mine, starting yourself as the first one.